Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking the video. It means a lot that you guys keep looking. If you guys keep looking, I'll keep making. And today we're talking episode 8 of Survivor 43. An episode for me that was very solid, had some fun gameplay, but for me the biggest thing, I think it spelled the start of a women's alliance, or at least an attempt to form one. The woke moment is coming soon. I can feel it. Let's go through this episode. So the first thing for me when the episode opens up is we see Janine kind of just being miserable. I mean, we see her just not being confident in herself, basically calling herself like, wow, I just suck at this game. And she's not wrong. She was out of the vote for a second vote in a row. She's just been on the bottom. She has zero friends, and it's really the strong 7 versus this group of 4 on the bottom. And the 4 are the people who are left out of the vote in the last episode. So these 4 on the bottom are Sammy, Gabler, Owen, and Janine. These are the people that are considered to be on the bottom at this point. This big 7 kind of controls the game at this point. And that's basically the game at this point. It's very, very simple. It's just the 7 versus the 4. Continuing on with Janine, we see that Dwight actually didn't leave with her idol last episode. It was actually Jesse who has her idol right now. Now, Dwight actually gave her idol to Jesse at the last second to kind of swap one extra time to avoid any shenanigans with the knowledge is power advantage that's in the game. And it really was not worth it for Janine to give to Dwight, because then you have no idea where it's going. But it ends up in Jesse's hands, and now that Dwight is gone, Janine thinks that it went home with Dwight. Little does she know that Jesse now has her idol, and Jesse's the only person who knows this. So now he has a free idol. We also know that he still has Cody's idol that he was holding for him as well. So right now Jesse has 2 idols, kind of a sneaky play that ended up working out in his favor. In the following scenes, we see the 2 alliances kind of be solidified, but also trying to be changed. So again, this bottom 4 right now is Noelle, Janine, Owen, and Gabler. Those are the people who were left out of the vote last time. And specifically Owen wants to kind of take back control of the game. He feels like he's on the bottom, and he wants to do, as he puts it, a hard reset on his game. He wants to kind of take control of what's going on in the game. So he wants to take his bottom 4 and grab in like a few people and take control of that big majority alliance. The first person that he talks to is Sammy. Sammy's on board. Sammy wants to make a big move, and so Sammy's down to go with Owen and make a big move in this next vote. On top of that, we see James, Jesse, Carla, and Cassidy discussing making this 7 a long-term alliance and really pushing it through the game. They want to use this and just ride it all the way out till the 7 and then duke it out once they get there. That's what they seem to be thinking is fair. Obviously, there's nothing that's fair, but that's what they think is fair, is to get to the 7 and then duke it out. We then see a scene with Mike Gabler where he tries to feel out how much of a threat Ryan is and how much of a threat Ryan thinks he is, because obviously Ryan's the provider on the tribe. That's not a great role to have in this new era of Survivor, where being a physical threat can kind of spell a death sentence at the merge. We also see Sammy talking to this bottom feeders alliance of 4, again being Noelle, Janine, Owen, and Gabler, and saying, I want to go with you. He feels like he's on the bottom of this 7, so he's telling them, it's 7 strong until these 7, but he wants to flip on them. And now that there's 5 people in this bottom feeders alliance per se, that leaves 1 more person to flip, of which they don't have yet. At the immunity challenge, we see a twist from last season. Twist is kind of a weird way to put it, but Probes gives the player an offer. Now this time there's no bargaining, and it's basically just, he says, 5 of you don't compete in this challenge and I'll give you a big bag of rice. They end up taking it pretty quickly. It's not very fun to watch, but the only thing really of note is that I believe it's James, a person who's kind of heading this majority alliance, tells Owen, a person who's not in the alliance, that you're good, you're safe, man, for sure. You should, just hop off with me so that we can get rice. And Owen doesn't do it. And then after the challenge, because Owen wins this challenge, he says in his confessional, "Are you kidding me? Like, of course I'm in danger." And this really furthers his kind of not hatred, but definitely gameplay hatred for James. He does not like James, and I think this is going to culminate in a James blindside or an Owen blindside at some point. But these two are going to face off soon. Okay, so once we get back from the challenge, Sammy goes to the majority 7 and tells them that he's cool to go after Janine. Kind of the easy boot in this case, someone who's kind of already given up, is, really has no friends on the island other than maybe Noelle, but that he wanted to, quote, screw up the entire operation in order to make a game-changing move and instead get out Ryan, someone who's well-connected, again, bad player, but much more connected than Janine. It would be a much, much bigger move. In fact, I don't even know if the word that I did just use, being game-changing, is necessarily appropriate, but definitely a more fun move, a move that has more ripples, because Ryan has friends, Ryan is a provider, whereas Janine is nothing. She's absolutely nothing in the game at this point. He wants to bring it up with Carla, and he does so. Surprisingly, Carla is on board, and she sees how big of a threat Ryan is. She is totally down to do it, but it's up to Sammy. Sammy takes it to Jesse and Janine, and then Janine takes it to Cassidy, and they all say that they're on board. And even at this point, James and Owen were discussing to taking out Ryan. It's kind of spread out. But later on, Sammy, Cody, James, and Jesse discussed, and Cody pushes back on, voting out Ryan, instead saying that they need Ryan as a vote that they can trust right now, and that Janine is an easy boot to get out now. So it's kind of between these two plans. Is it going to be the majority alliance taking out Janine, an easy boot, kind of a boot that was gonna come anyway, but they're just doing it now, and keep Ryan as a really a great goat and a good number, as well as a provider as far as food goes? Or are they going to take out Ryan, kind of hurt some feelings, and definitely make Coco a weaker tribe? Now, it's funny because the Coco people are down for it, but I think in the long run, the people who don't want Ryan to go are Carla, are James, are Sammy. Those are the people that want Ryan here. He's a great meat shield and a target in front of you. I think to get out Ryan here is stupid. But Cassidy seems to disagree with me, and I guess for her game, maybe it's the better choice to keep Janine and get out Ryan. That's because Cassidy thinks that the women are going out in too big of a numbers. She says to the camera that she feels like the girls are going out way too fast, and that the boys need to start going out. She says this also to James and Carla, her two main allies. Carla agrees and says that they should probably get a boy out next, and that it's only fair. And this, to me, feels like the start of a push for a women's alliance. Whether it's a push for a women's alliance or an actual one, I think we're gonna have scary stuff starting to happen. And I think Sammy saw that exact same thing and goes with the majority alliance to get out Janine here, a player that seemed to have given up before the episode even started. But what do you think of this episode? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, none of this happens without you guys, and that's what I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.